Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game 2 of SVT versus OTP. Here, I am Rafal Gladys, Neil the Steel, Warner, and Greg Gerg7 Adler, who has replaced Dylan Ortenzi as our third caster slash streamer.
Maybe I'm just Dylan Ortenzi all along. Wow, it feels like we've been through this route already.
Dude,
Damn.
this is what teaching is like. You say the same joke 4 times in one day, and it's just as funny every time.
Man, I've been telling the same jokes for like 4 semesters. My lectures never change.
We're working on figuring out potential pick ban issues.
Well, before we get into pick ban, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but let's talk it out. What does SVT need to change up from their last pick ban in order to try and pick up a W here?
They just need a team comp that makes sense, honestly. Like, I just don't know what I don't know what they wanted last game. Like OTP, they picked like 3 champions, and it's like, oh, York split pushing. Like OTP, like SVT was just picking champs, and I'm just like, what is going? Like, what's the point here? What's the point of this team? Like every champ has like a role, but none of them really fit with each other. Like, I don't know what they were really planning.
Yeah, I mean, it appears like everyone was just kind of hunting for comfort picks, and it's like you said. Other than a couple of things where we commented about, Silas has a lot of good ults to pick from. The team comp itself just didn't have much coherence together. So.
Yeah. If there was a role, it was likely to siege turrets, but that's just impossible against the Sivir, who gets enough items. And like the thing is, like, there's no point in slowly whittling down 4 dudes under a turret because their 5th dude's taking your inhib. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna start the pick ban with SVT coming out with the Alistar. We're gonna get the Jinx onto OTP. So already 2 brand new, fresh champs. Not surprisingly, we see the York ban coming through for SVT.
Yeah, mostly the same bans, but of course the York ban for the
and then the Zillion ban as well.
Yes, yeah. OTP has to get change things up just a little bit here.
Looks like OTP choosing to build through the bot lane for this game, picking both Jinx and Thresh early on with the first 2 picks.
Slaga, who's been an absolute beast on Thresh this split so far, just very comfortable pick for him. He will enjoy playing this Thresh, especially into a Xerath who is pretty immobile, but again, a comfort pick for the Torpedo.
Well, like you said, the Malzahar gets off the board. He plays a lot of Lux as well, but deciding to stick with the Xerath, who last game, outside of a couple of nice snipe ultimates, something you pointed out, just it's almost like he didn't have flash all game. Every time it was up, he was backing out in fear of death. So.
Yeah, SVT again actually looking for something like a poke comp with the Xerath and the Jays. Hopefully they can, round it out a little bit better this time. I do think that just from what we've seen so far, it is turning out a little bit better than the last team comp. The Alistar strong pick for allergic to milk. Can peel people off of the Xerath and doesn't just have to Bard ult, Xerath and the guy who's about to kill Xerath.
Yeah. Well, what are you looking for out of SVT here? So we've got, we're looking for an ADC and a jungler here. What, in your opinion, what rounds out this comp?
I mean, I think they want a jungler who can, who can go in a little bit. They can't just have poke. They need someone who can engage a little stronger. I mean, they do have the Alistar, so that is a strong pick. I'm wondering what how is comfortable on with the Olaf ban.
Really quickly, just to point out, we get a Scion pick coming through for OTP, but we are being told in chat that is Garen.
That is a Garen.
Garen pick
That's
for Ganween.
if I saw Garen, I'd be like, I mean, if I saw Sign, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably Sign. I would never assume that that's actually a wrong pick.
Nope.
No, yeah,
That is actually going to be a Garen for Ganween.
Yeah, Ganween, maybe a counter for Jace in his mind. That's not a matchup that I know. And Ivern, which is supposed to be a Maokai. So even though I guess it's not a Maokai, but it's the next best thing, another tree monster. So just pretend that that's a Maokai. Oh, that means that it is Jace jungle. That will be Jace jungle for Vitautas Didysis.
No. The Maokai was a hover. We're gonna get. So no Ivern.
Figuring it out.
So we've got no Ivern. We've got Maokai Skarner.
Okay.
So we're gonna be seeing, I think, a Jace mid.
Jace AD carry?
Jace AD carry.
Jace AD carry.
Alistar.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh, as the Koreans do.
A Maokai top instead of the Ivern pick there.
Well, that's Okay.
Well, I mean, no. They've played into kind of what you talked about. A jungler that can engage, get some hard CC. You've got hard CC in the top lane. It's kind of this like hybrid hard CC comp with the Alistar, Maokai, Skarner, Xerath, Jace.
Yeah, it is definitely more well-rounded than the last team comp.
OTP going with kind of more the just, I hate to say, but, hopefully, just hard damage comp. You got the Thresh for CC, but outside of that, Aurelion Sol stun, Elise, the Cocoon,
Yeah, I am curious what the role of this Garen will be. Will they be using him for team fights? Will they be using him as a split pusher? Will he be building tank or will he be building full damage? I think that's a legitimate question we have to be asking about this Garen.
We'll start with the runes that he goes, and we'll try to make a
and knowing Ganween from last game and how he loves to split push. I would not be surprised if it was a little bit more damage oriented, but we'll see how the Garen goes. Yeah, and Garen into Maokai, it's not a fun matchup for Maokai, honest. I have done it before. Garen is underrated with the harass and the pressure he can put into a lane, especially against another melee.
Depending on how early lane goes, though, it just turns into one of these slap fests where hopefully our directed camera chooses to not send us top lane too often.
Hey, you lost, but I get it.
It tends to be, in my opinion, a pretty boring lane.
They disgrace the art of war.
Junglers, meanwhile, Vitautas on Skarner and Theatrix on Elise, two very different junglers in terms of their goals. Elise looking for early ganks and early pressure. Will be very squishy late game if she's not ahead. Meanwhile, the Skarner, might just be farming till 6. Skarner has received buffs recently, has become a stronger pick. We're seeing the LCS today. A strong pick, but will need level 6 to be as relevant as the Elise can.
Yeah, it's one of these hard farming. Like you said, farm till 6. You've got your Skarners, your Nocturnes. One of these champs that if you're in solo queue, you literally type in chat, "Don't die till 6," and you pray that your lanes go even, and then it's hopefully easy ganks from there. But setting up vision going to be really important for the side of SVT. Just making sure that Skarner can move freely into lanes. Because if the Skarner is seen, it's outside of the flash ult, you don't have much to build off of there.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I do find the Aurelion Sol pick interesting for Fwesh, a champion that when he was on my team over the winter, he did not play. But has apparently picked it up recently and has been successful on it over the last few weeks. He's been playing it a lot, got it banned against him last week, so clearly a champion he's comfortable. I mean, the guy is Diamond, or was Diamond. He does not have the biggest pool, but what he can play, he is very, very good on. And Aurelion Sol a uncommon but strong pick for those who know how to use it.
And it could set up for some really nice gang spot. I mean, you've got the Thresh. Obviously, Hook, Flay. You've got the CC there. You've got Jinx traps. A well-timed CC chain into an Aurelion Soul roam down with the, what is it, the W that allows for the transport there? The E?
The flight or whatever it is.
That could set up for some really really well timed ganks. So we'll see if they play towards that or if this is just a pick that's so often I feel like happens in the LCS here is they left so and so open mid, let me play it. I think too often we see people taking comfort picks over team comp picks.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. I think the big test to see how to see kind of like what you were saying, like is Flesh picking this for comfort, is Flesh picking it because it fits in the team comp, is how much he is using this Aurelion Soul to gank his other lanes. Is he using it just to crush lane because he's comfortable, or is he making use of that E to really lay down some global pressure? Because Aurelion Soul can have some very big ganks, very weird angles, if you're good at utilizing that E, moving across the map.
So really quickly, I know we talked about it. What is the purpose of the Garen? Let's start gathering information already. We see the teleport. So he's
surprised if he took the ignite.
Not doing the solo queue ignite, the kill pressure Garen, the conqueror Garen, as you might be seeing in some of your solo queue games, and then sighing frustratingly when you lose that game, unless he snowballs early. But so he's got the teleport. I'm expecting to see your standard, grasp of the Undying, tank build, pseudo split push Garen.
Yeah, I do think he'll need some sort of item. At at a minimum, the Black Cleaver, just because he's against 3 tanks, he will need a way to burn them down. But if he's feeling it, the Triforce is an option on Garen. Garen can build a lot of items. It is an option. We'll see how it goes. But even if he does take grasp, I don't think that tells us too much about what he wants to build, because even a Garen that goes more for a carry build really likes grasp, because the Garen Q with the grasp proc does a lot of damage. So I really don't think that unless it's something other than grasp, unless it's something like really weird, I don't think that grasp will tell us about what they want to make, what they want to do with this Garen. But
well, either way, as we head into the Rift, what are you expecting here? Who do you expect to come out on top this game?
I think that I think OTP is looking better, especially after that first game. I do think that SVT has put together a better team comp to accomplish similar goals from last game, but clearly a better comp to accomplish those goals, in my opinion. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. At the same time, OTP doesn't have as many ways to get into the SVT backline. They had the Galio last time. They had ways to get really, really deep. They don't really have that this game, so it will be harder for them to get onto that. What is it? Yeah. Our time seems to be in order. Thanks.
Perfect.
Caster. Streamer. No, but I do think that it'll be harder for them to get onto the backline with this team comp. But nonetheless, I think I just give them the advantage based on the performance from last game, knowing that they're on comfort picks, knowing that everyone is on a champ with a playstyle that they like to have. And Slaga on this Thresh alone is able to carry games. We saw him pop off like crazy earlier in the split. We know how threatening this stretch can be. So,
Mhm.
you know, just based on
I'm gonna-
comfort, I would give it to them.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say SVT. I like their comp a little bit better if they can get into that place where we talked about where the Skarner becomes just really a super, super heavy threat. And you'll have people like champs like Flesh and Jirachi having to pay the Skarner tax. You get that 1,300 gold for the whatchamacallit. I never buy it because I'm a jungler, but
I do not know what you're referring to.
OTP win.
The Quicksilver stash.
Oh, the QSS. The QSS. Okay.
QSS. You get the 1,300 gold out of Jirachi and Flesh just for the Skarner tax, and you might be able to pull off a victory there.
Yeah, Gammon going man mode out here, just burning down Tankfield Juice, who has smartly decided to opt into the corrupting potion instead of Yorin Shield this game. Honestly, just a better pick in general because you have more healing, which is an issue he had last game, was controlling his HP and his mana throughout the phase. Yeah, Gammon just going in on this Maokai right now. Whenever he has a Q up and a grasp sec, he just kind of goes in, and it is working. But he is also very easy game. Oh, meanwhile,
Well, he's going to drop
Elise
the
in
ward
this
down
corner.
now.
Elise walking up this corner, Theatrix seeing Vitality. Does Theatrix even have a way to kill him? He just has an E and a W. Not sure what Theatrix really wants here, to be honest. Just kind of wandering around.
I mean, his lanes have priority, so he can afford to do so, but outside of just general knowledge,
For a deep
there
game.
isn't much gained.
Eating a W and walking away. Yeah, Theatrix just kind of looking for something to do at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, outside of just general knowledge, I mean, you know where they're at now. They know where you're at, so
Yeah. Oh, meanwhile,
not much gain.
Right on to Jirachi, who has to run away, has to burn their heal as the Ignite comes out from Allergic to Milk. A solid trade. No flash burned by Jirachi, very good for them. Could have been disastrous if the flash was burned early against an Alistar. But the heal does go down.
Something
Really
to keep in
just-
mind, Super Kami taking TP this game, not heal, so in these trades, if they go a little too long, they'll go to the advantage of one of the buddies.
Yeah, the trade really going in SVT's favor, the Ignite for the heal, with the cooldown being slightly less. Also important to note that, yeah, Super Kami Guru going with the teleport here, so willing to take some questionable trades with that ability to
Big
just
Q, the
keep him
Lurch
back.
load knocks Slaga down into the turret. Who's forced to flash away. Both supports forced to flash away. Real fight here is between the supports. The 80 carries are just trying to auto each other and farm.
Quick flash out of the torpedo in the mid lane. Dodging out the stun from Flesh.
Yeah, Flash looking for maybe his first gank of the game. Maybe looking for Allergic to Milk, who's super low. Never mind, he's just gonna ward down there. Alright. What is the E called? Comet of Legend. Of course.
Yeah, some epically long name that everyone is expected to remember, amongst all the other spell names. I always find it interesting. Remembering all of them, like Garen's E. Who knows it's called Judgment? I just call it Spin to Win. Speaking of,
Yeah, spinning to win, eating some turret shots, but just tanky enough, and does have the pass to heal himself up. But Tankfield Juice is not letting himself go down without a fight, is down in mana and HP, but is keeping even in CS. Very good right now for Tankfield Juice. He's going to have to TP back, though, but he's doing alright.
Skarner just missing the ward. He's going to see it now. Oh, he's just going to ignore it.
Straight down. They see him coming. Jirachi is there. Flash drops the trap, but is going to get jumped on by everybody. 3 different jumps going down. Vitalis actually flashing as a hook from Slogan onto Super Kami Guru now, who has to flash away as well. A lot of flashes getting burned, but Flash is here now. Dropping the Q. The Q is not going to stun, just kind of burning them down with the W, but nothing's going to happen. As now, Will Torpedo Brooks is here. And just has to walk away.
And so there it is. There's that flash engage out of the Skarner. Vitatis just walking right up, ignoring the sea of wards that is covering the bot side, and still getting a kill out of it.
Yeah, I don't know if the bot lane of OTP just didn't see Vitatis coming, because he did walk right over.
There's no way, because he walked right past that control ward that they've got in the pixel in the river.
Yeah, he walked past the control ward, and he walked past the ward in the bot lane river that West had placed. So unfortunately, Jirachi, I don't know if they just didn't notice or
also questionable double ward there. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication in the bot lane river bush there.
Unfortunate, truly.
They look to have exactly the same time on those two wards.
Yep.
Rip.
Ganwei now at 6. If he gets tank field juice just a little low, he might be able to blow him up. I do like how his target is currently the Alistar, who has the 1 kill.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about the the passive of the ultimate there.
West shooting real well in the mid lane actually, with a 30 CS lead this early on. Really big.
Holy cow!
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't play a ton of champs, but the ones he plays very, very well.
Yeah, and the Torpedo just not taking advantage of this time that Aurelion Sol is taking out of lane.
Electromil does not have a flash, tries to bump them away, but just has to die. Oh, picked up by Slaga. Like I said, truly the support battle this
Battle
game.
of the supports this game, yeah.
Both supports trying to get an MVP right now. That Infernal
little posture on the Infernal, but
yeah, both teams are really fiending for this Infernal. I don't know if anyone can safely take it yet.
some secure vision by SVT around it, so I don't see OTP going for it.
Yeah, doubtful. And again, like I was saying, props to Tank Field Juice for, having a rough game 1, but stepping up this game, still even in CS, doing real well against this Garen. Who's actually going to jump onto now, trading just a few autos, not too much damage from either right now.
Yeah, really, like I said, just a spank fest in top lane. Without jungle assistance, even with jungle assistance, I don't know if you see any deaths in the top lane laning phase this game.
Yeah, Ganwei would have to go incredibly deep. Oh, looking for a 2v2 here as Vitatis did sign up with his ult, but doesn't have a flash. No way to get an ult onto Ganwei or Theatrix. Still on the bot lane, Jirachi actually looks like they were stepping on the lantern. Jirachi just couldn't get away.
Actually, Allergic to Milk was smart enough to put down, I believe it's Allergic to Milk, put down a control ward on the lantern. The old rescue. Heads up play.
The lantern. Dirty. Yeah, that's absolutely filthy. And Allergic to Milk with another kill.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the support MVP battle goes on.
True.
Ball support.
Do they have don't they have a macro or something that you can type in to select lantern to bypass the old ward trick?
Yeah. Just
come up with something like that.
Riot allows those.
Yeah.
That's cool. PMLCS now endorsing scripting.
Yeah. Come on.
Looking for some jungle camps to steal, but it's actually going to get a pincer between Ganwei and Theatrix. Ganwei going straight onto him, but it's actually going to get ultra to Tank Field Juice, getting huge. Oh, flashes out of the way. Another Maokai ult. No, one that ult. Just can't.
Yeah, I think Theatrix just baited his top laner there. Like you said, the pinch was coming down, but Theatrix just stood still and was not in range to support Ganwei on that. And so, yeah, the Skarner ult comes down, and Ganwei has to flash away.
Yep, I mean, yeah, an ult for a flash. I mean, that's what you want with Skarner. Even if you can't get anything to get a kill. Burning a flash. It's similar to that Galio last game where, just kind of walk up with a W, they flash away. That's what Skarner's trying to be right now.
Yeah.
Ganwei getting a little bit low. Isn't level 11 yet, so his healing isn't superb yet. Elise coming bot lane. Oh, is going to step onto a sapling, which is a kitten now. They're trying to run down Tankfield. Tankfield still has flash. As long as he dodges the cocoon, he should be safe. Doesn't dodge the cocoon, he's going to get ulted by Ganween, and a kill going to the side of Elise. A non-support kill. It's a miracle. Ooh, and with Tankfield dead, but 2 topside, that will actually give SVT the Infernal.
Yeah, they're going to trade the Rift for it. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Something to note before that gank top, every single lane from 1-Twick ponies except for mid was behind in gold. The only one was the mid lane that actually had any kind of gold advantage there, so that definitely helps.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, with not a big lead, but almost 500 gold lead or less for OTP, just because of the CS leads they've been able to build up. And by CS leads, I mean Fwetch's CS lead.
Yeah.
Now that I look at it more, it is Fwetch's CS lead, and plates they've taken, which is 3-0 so far.
Yep. First plate going over in the bot lane. We've got 1 gone from top. So some 1 gone from mid as well. So yeah, plate gold going over the side of OTP.
See, Ganween building a Sheen like a real Garen player knows what's up. It's actually getting bullied by the Maokai. Who dabs on him with the Penguin. Oh, meanwhile, Lushno jumping right in and ult away, pulls away Theatrix, who is barely gets the lantern and gets away as Tankfield Juice TP's in for nothing, which will let Ganween probably get himself another late here. But they're just going on this mid lane. Titus did escape. He actually gets killed by Slugga, the absolute madman. Tankfield Juice getting killed by the turret, and a kill going for Fwetch. Slugga now with a bounty on his head.
Meanwhile, in top lane, Ganween just hacking away at that turret.
Yep, doing what he can. Gets another plate. Probably gonna get at least 1 or 2 more here as no one's coming to answer him.
A way to take advantage out of a TP disadvantage. He can't TP into the fight, while Tankfield Juice does, but he can take some plates, get some early gold advantage there.
Yeah, he's still pretty safe here. He's gonna get every single plate on this turret. Probably can't take the turret, but yeah, he'll get himself 4 plates. Yeah, so 6 plates to 1 so far.
Almost an 800 gold lead for Ganween in the top lane.
Yeah, now a 2k gold lead largely because of those plates and also those kills. They did get some kills in that mid lane skirmish there. Fortunately for SVT, they do have that Infernal Drake, makes up for a little bit of that the deficit they have, strengthen some of the items. But another Infernal Drake is coming up soon, and if they can't get it, this lead might just hurt the snowball.
Super Kami Guru now with a 2-level lead. Let's see if he can take advantage of that. His itemization as well. He's got that fully completed Ghost Blade. I might be able to take advantage of that.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just wondering what the real purpose of the Garen is. The purpose of the Garen is to die Jirachi, apparently. That's the real purpose of the Garen. But then gets killed by Slugga, the support god.
Slugga just going in for the kills here. But yeah, that you pop that Ghost Blade, and after... Oh my gosh, after that burst damage...
I just don't know if that was worth it. Like, Jirachi's already up to, like...
He doesn't know that he's getting flanked on. If he thinks it's just a nice 1v1 in the bot lane, he goes in for it. He gets the kill, but unfortunately there's help coming.
Theatrix stuck here between Vitalitas and Tank is going to get ulted, has nowhere to go. It jumps up, has nowhere to go here. Ganween flashing over the wall, going to actually blow up Tankfield just with his ult. A 1-for-1 at the end, making the trade worth it with his flash. And now OTP pushing down the mid lane with Torpedo hanging out in the top river. They might be able to get some pressure here. I don't know if they can take the turret, but we'll get some damage on that.
Let's see. They got the Demolish on Thresh. He procs it. They get it down to about quarter health before they have to walk away.
Yep, the Rift Herald spawned in base.
Ooh, you hate
I'm
to see it.
assuming it was about the timeout. Going down
Yeah.
the mid lane. I mean, it'll get that turret if it gets to the turret, but it'll be.
Well,
a
if they play it
while.
right, they'll have to position themselves appropriately, and they should hopefully get one proc. Meanwhile, bot lane.
Oh, meanwhile, bot lane, another kill for Super Kami Guru now. And now Jirachi is starting to have a pretty bad time. Ooh, as a tackle finally does come in for the Rift Herald. The Sheen is odd, but I mean, I don't know. Garen was Triforce like real command mode Garen. But
True, but he also
it's not the smartest pick.
he
but
also grabs a Bomby Cinder, delaying
I'm
the
assuming
completion.
that's for just for a little bit more wave clear.
I mean, yeah, correct, but I mean, you delay.
Yeah,
The
no,
I've actually
of
been
that
informed
Triforce.
by Legends MK that Sheen and Bomby is now combined to make Sheen Fire. So
yeah, if
he
you
just needs to
get
go back
up with the
and
Sheen
purchase
proc,
that
you
new
actually
item.
just get burned.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, 2 Infernal Drakes now for SVT. So even though they're down in gold, those 2 Infernal Drakes do make up for it. Yeah, so
I
far
think
Super Kami Guru really the
That's
recipient
Yeah.
of this.
I think you play around Super Kami Guru now, and still with that soon to be 2-level advantage. Jirachi just hitting level 9. Super Kami Guru about a little over halfway to 11, picking up this top wave. I think you play around that Jace damage with the double Inferno and triple, third Inferno coming up here as the next Drake.
Yeah, Jirachi out here with the budget build, struggling with the zeal and the pickaxe, unfortunately.
Yeah. Play around your Jace, play around that heavy damage. Those shock blasts are doing.
Yeah, Vitalis getting
ton of
run.
damage.
Sorry, Allergic Smoke getting run down though as Vitalis comes up. It's ulted by Flash, trying to run him down. A hook misses because of the flash. Tries to pull down the Elise. Elise just gets blown up absolutely, but is able to take the hook down, take the pull down, but gets killed by Ignite anyway. Meanwhile, Garen in the bottom
Another
lane is
support
going
kill.
for a turret. Gonna be 1v1 in Tank with Juice. While the top lane, the fight continues. But Slaga finally getting played. Oh, a shutdown for Jace. A nice shutdown for Jace. As Gamween and Tankfield continue fighting in the top lane. Gamween does have his ult, but is slowly getting whittled down by Tankfield. Does have a Triforce completed. Can clap him if he runs him down. Tankfield has flash and Gamween does not. I do not think Gamween can actually get this kill. Oh, but he wants it. He's gonna
got
go
the
for
ult.
it. He gets the ult and finally gets that kill. The noodle fight. No longer a noodle fight because of a Triforce on Garen. But at the same time, a turret getting taken by SVT. I don't know if what they want on this Garen is full damage right now. They might want a little bit more armor on him.
Yeah, well, the Triforce completed, and like you said, that damage coming through, and the 1v1 kill and the easy turret take bot. But at the same time, I think you see a similar story starting to unfold with the chase for SVT.
Yeah, the Jace fortunately is now the target, or what the what's it called? The villain.
The
Jace
villain,
is
yes.
The villain for Garen, so Garen's ult will do true damage. If Garen's able to get on the Jace, he will obliterate him, but he needs to get on him, and Garen is not the most mobile champion in the world. Jirachi completing their Rudon's Hurricane, but still sitting on that budget build, takes a lot of damage from the cute Jace. Shock Blast with a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Black Cleaver and Yomu has now completed another big Q on Jirachi. If they eat one more, they're dead.
And there's just not a lot that you can do to cover that. Even if you alter the build a little bit, you're sacrificing your damage, your damage output to protect against the Jace. And that poke from the Shock Blast is just ungodly right now.
Yeah. This is what they were looking for game 1. The Garen cannot split push as hard as the Yorick can. Even though he's very strong, they're able to slowly set up a siege, start getting poked down. Yeah, Garen is forced into the mid lane. They need the Garen. They cannot just leave him off and silent because they need him to fight. A big stun coming out of Flesh, but misses barely on multiple champions. Flesh gonna have to run away. As Garen is going real deep here, gets ulted by Taudis. Yeah, gets pulled by Taudis, has nowhere to go. Flashes out, but has gonna take a hook. Or take a lantern as everyone's getting incredibly low on the side of SVT. A ult coming out of Jinx, but doesn't get a kill. Tank just coming on the side. The big Maokai ult getting some slows, getting some roots. Jirachi getting incredibly low off the backline, trying to do as much damage as they can, but the Runon's Hurricane does absolutely nothing. They're getting run down. Oh, the torpedo. Brooks getting hit by the Elise Cocoon. My words. But now Super Kami Guru now in the backline trying to blow up
the teleport into the backline, but he doesn't get an opportunity.
Blow up Jirachi. Barely missing the cocoon from Theatrics. Now Super Kami is caught. Will he get hooked by Slaga, trying to run away as best as he can? Ooh, gonna get away. Wow, what a fight. I have lost to speak there. As
the sums, the lantern, so much spent on that fight. Just a beautiful back and forth.
Super Kami is still there. And the Infernal will actually be taken by OTP, something that they've really been wanting. Probably very, very happy that that did not end up on OTP. I mean, sorry, on SVT. The Garen Shock Blast with 3 Infernals will be absolutely filthy. Sorry, Garen.
Yeah, the Infernal going over to OTP, really, really crucial. Remember that first Infernal, really the first of any Drake, gives the highest percentage increase. So 2 Infernals to 1 Infernal, not that much of a gigantic difference, as opposed to 3 to 0 would be massive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Ganwin completing his Sunfire Cave. Everyone's slowly starting to get their builds together. Jirachi working on their Infinity Edge, still going to be a while, but it's coming, And we all know how strong a Jinx can be. A Jinx can be 0-4 and pick up 1 kill and start popping off. So while the Jinx is currently very far behind, the Jinx could at any moment start popping off. So they do need to be aware of the threat.
And they do have the BF sword and the pickaxe, so they're not that far off from the next item, but the sooner the better, because you're staring a Jace in the face who's got Black Cleaver, Ghostblade, already has the serrated Dirk, and a 2k gold lead on the Jace. Pretty overwhelming.
Yeah. Garen now sitting bot for the split push. OTP getting taken back to vision on the top side. Jirachi accidentally aggroing Baron with their Runon's Hurricane. Lochmil going right in. Titus is just sprinting down, gets ulted away by Flesh. Now Theatrics Kami Guru fighting the Theatrics trying to run away as fast as he can, but gets killed by Super Kami Guru. Taudis finally ulting away the Jinx, blowing Jirachi up. Jirachi doing their best to kite, actually being able to get away. Barely. No, gets killed by another Shock Blast.
Oof.
Yeah, TPing right in, running down onto the torpedo, gets an ult off onto Allergic Milk, who is in the middle of his ult, so the ult does no damage at all. But now another TP coming in from Tankfield Juice, who's just healed up at base.
Questionable on that TP there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was necessary.
Seems like the fight was over. You got 2 for 0. Yeah. You could have kept that split. He actually TP'd from bot. Yeah, could have kept that bot push going, especially with 2 members of OTP down. Yeah, a little unnecessary there, but nonetheless, they are pushing.
Right now, OTP's hopes are just kind of sitting on Wesh and Ganwin's ability to do a 3. As Ganwin gets slowly rooted, CC'd so hard, but is able to get away. Garfield Juice taking a little bit of damage, but can heal up fine. Yeah, this really just does come down to not getting blown up by Jace and wave clearing with the Aurelion Soul. There is no other hope they really have now with Jirachi so far behind. Jirachi just needs an Infinity Edge.
Yeah, SVT just looking for an opportunity to siege down here, getting the poke when they can. Probably want to look to put that Maokai back into the side lane as soon as possible, just to open everything else up across the map.
Yeah. Although Maokai is building a Righteous Glory, so Maokai will be interested in just kind of sprinting in on somebody. Anyone getting bumped away. Vatanfa accidentally following him with the W. Yeah, not too much. They cannot get this siege going. Which is fortunate for OTP, but OTP is slowly getting, slowly starting to lose these fights. Theatrics, unfortunately, just really far behind. This is what happens when police like just can't have a huge early game. It's very weak. It's just kind of the nature of the champion. You know, you survive by your early game and is unfortunately unable to, you know, stay too far ahead. Baron being set up by OTP, potentially. Gaming in the bottom without TP, though.
Yeah, questionable if they had started it there, but they don't. They're just making sure that it's not being done by SVT. Now they back off, pick up waves.
Yeah, they're just kind of trading vision right now. Jirachi with over 1,000 gold, getting very, very close to this Infinity Edge, would really been wanted. Whoa, meanwhile, a flash from Ganwe onto Vitalis of all people. A big ult and stun from Fwesh, who is burning the torpedo, and ult coming out of Ganwe. Might have been meant for the torpedo, doesn't kill Vitalis. Theatrix going for a kill, just gets obliterated by large. I don't know what happened there.
Just saw the low health bar on Vitalis.
That is tunneling, I've never seen it.
And yeah. A little bit, but just saw that low health bar and just got hungry for it and just went. Yeah, but you gotta know, allergic milk is there on the Alistar. You're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, this is at least this behind. This is tank bottomist. At least this far behind cannot be solo carry one shot. At least, dude, don't. It's not worth trying.
No, it's time to tank it up. Get your itemization in and just hit those timely cocoons to help your team.
Yeah, Legends MK saying they don't have a way to kill Garen. Yeah, Garen's building a Spirit Visage. If Garen walks away from a fight for like 5 seconds, he's back at full health. So, yeah, he's getting strong. The real question is, like, maybe they can't kill him, but can they just peel him off long enough to get kills on other champions?
And that's what you're looking to do right now. I think, you know, the Jace is going to get the poke damage. Can you get it on the right champs? Because if you just put it onto the Garen, like you said, he's just going to back off. The passive's going to kick in. He's building that Spirit Visage. God forbid he builds a War Mox at some point.
I bet that would just be excessive. That would be such stupid healing. I mean, but maybe he will.
Totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You get the 800 AP.
Yeah.
800 HP on that, so.
Yep. Jirachi finally has their Infinity Edge.
Well, we'll see if that spike tilts the game here. They do have that 200 gold lead.
Yeah, Jinx doesn't do a ton of damage, but Jinx does do damage. Are they just gonna start this Baron? Yeah, they are. This isn't the safest Baron I've ever seen. Yeah, Baron, not worth it.
Oddball with your mid and top, your solo lanes, not around you.
Sitting in that bush, though. Maybe looking for a pick. Ooh, interesting. Maybe hoping that someone goes to ward there, but they have no reason to walk up there from SVT.
And the double control ward again. We see this is the second time this game. Little.
Oh, let's get pulled by Titus, blown up in a torpedo. Gamma just going really, really strong. They're not gonna kill him. Yep. Gamma just kind of running off. We're gonna get to see him heal in a couple seconds. Yeah, I mean, just watch his health in a minute. It's just gonna like And this is without a Spirit Visage and without level 16. It's just gonna get stupid.
Yeah, the passive kicks him up to about, plus... oh, there it goes. Plus 100, 150, almost 200 per second. It comes back to Super Kami Guru now, clearing the 2 control wards out of the same bush. Probably asking the same question that we were asking a minute ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
to you, what does OTP do to win, though?
I think that they stay on the track that they're on. Their scaling seems to be picking up a little bit. I think you just run the Garen in at some point and hope that the damage dealers from SVT take that as an opportunity to do useless damage onto a Garen. And Jirachi picking up the items, itemization increases. You eventually think that you have enough damage to win a team fight, but right now it's tough for them to win a 5v5 because they're relying solely on the Garen to run in there and just distract everyone and just be unkillable.
Yeah, I think with just how far behind Jirachi's been put, he's now getting sprinted on by Vitada's going to get smited, ulted, dragged away, and blown up. Shut down onto Jinx. Apparently, I guess Jinx had a farm bounty at that point.
That's just the one thing that you couldn't have happen.
Yeah. Yeah, Baron is finally getting looked at by SVT. Garen has the TP, but is just going to get... He needs to wait for Tankfield to do his first because of the CC.
What's going to happen? I think Tankfield now is...
actually getting caught on the other side of the wall, though, getting bursted down, ignited, and killed by Flesh, and the team has to back off the Baron. Yeah, anyway, going on to Tankfield, but Tankfield is kind of out healing him right now.
So you asked what OTP has to do to win, and at this point, I guess also things like allergic to milk being being placed on the wrong side of the Baron wall there, that certainly helps. You know, SVT, all you got to do is stay the course here. You had, I think, a clean Baron call. Tankfield Juice is getting the itemization to be able to respond to Ganween. Just stay the course. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
don't get picked.
On here, Garen just sprinting on in, is taking every single ability that he can. Unkillable, pulls away with the lantern, burns so many spells from SVT, and now Tankfield's gonna get killed. And the kill for Jinx, that's what they've been waiting for.
And there it is. Let the Garen run in, be unkillable, do Garen things, heal up, and rinse, repeat.
Yeah,
there he goes again.
It would just see Garen healing up. Garen just ignoring his enemies. Okay, this might have been a little bit too much. Never mind, he's gonna run away. And the lantern.
And the clutch lantern comes in again.
Absolute man.
So here you have it. To win games, if you're out there soloing, doing in duo queue, Garen Thresh.
Stolen. Wait, Vitada's pulling onto Jirachi once again, absolutely obliterated. And the fight continues. Theatrics jumping right down is incredibly squishy. Will he be stopped? Ganween right there on top of that TP Maokai. Ooh, a hook onto Allergic Milk, making him burn his ult. Yeah, just one kill into Jirachi. I mean, is it even worth it though? Like, do you? I mean, I know it's like a free kill at this point, but oh wait a minute! Allergic Milk jumping right on the Flash, bounces Flash back into his team, absolutely obliterated as Ganween is forced to ult the Maokai right after he wanted to get a kill on. All the wave clear from OTP has finally been killed, and the push is starting off from SVT. Not much they can do about this. Ganween is strong, but he cannot clear waves. Or maybe he can. Maybe they're just scared of him. Oh, yeah, he sprints on down onto Allergic to Milk, just doing as much damage as he can. I mean, unkillable at this point, but...
Yeah, I don't see a death for the Garen coming through, especially...
Yeah, whether they win or lose.
He's backing with 2,300 gold right now. Let's see what he picks up. He's going to finish the Spirit Visage, and he picks up...
Charm's Fist for a Sterax.
Charm's Fist, yeah. So once that Sterax kicks in, yeah.
I do think that what OTP does need to actually win this game is to protect this Jinx, because Jinx is just getting, like, I mean, we see Slogga and Ganwyn doing some wild stuff. Ganwyn protecting, Slogga protecting Ganwyn. Oh, as Vitalis pulls onto Theatrix. Theatrix trying to get to this Lantern. Can he get to it? No, he does not. He will die here. Ooh. Yeah, Vitalis actually just sitting in a pixel bush. I was going to say that what they need is for this Jinx to pop up. They have to protect the Jinx.
Yeah. Ganwyn in the bot lane with TP. Allergic to Milk is going to respond, but I think this is a good Baron call.
Yeah, he can't TP because of the CC from Alistar. The Baron is just getting started. Jirachi's still too far behind to effectively stop anybody. Tankfield and Super Kami just deciding to take them into their own hands and run onto OTP.
They got to stay on this Baron if they want to finish.
Yeah, amazingly enough, Ganwyn actually getting stopped by Allergic to Milk in the bot. Excuse me, the Tankfield will actually take the Baron. It's not smited by Vitalis.
Questionable, but okay.
We get it. Yeah, a turret taken and a TP coming out from, looks like,
Super Kami.
Well, Ganwyn finally died here, gets bounced away, gets ignited. Yeah, the ignited is what they needed. Just no healing
there it
at all
is.
for him.
There's the shutdown. 900 gold over to Super now.
Yeah, all these kills going on to Super Kami, very fortunate. I mean, especially with that early game where all the kills just kept going to the supports. They've done a good job with making sure that the guy who's getting fed is Super Kami. They are putting out Super Kami. They're protecting Super Kami, who's now almost full build, just needs his GA. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. Elder Dragon coming up within the next minute here. Look for teams to start setting up for that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Theatrix and Jirachi are having such a rough game because, I mean, they've just become the easy targets for Vitalis. Theatrix is now about to get ulted by Vitalis again. Has nowhere to drop. Ooh, but the team is coming. Slugga is there. Yeah, Slugga, I mean,
yeah, good escape.
He can't really be making plays right now because he just has to be protecting his the Elise and the Jinx, who are just become easy targets for the Skarner.
Yeah, it's a 5,700 gold lead for the Jace over Jirachi right now.
Wow.
So not necessarily, you know, the deepest deficit to overcome because as a team we're looking at only a 700 gold lead, but just on that one champ, it's tough.
Yeah, Ganwyn's stuck under this turret. Can you get away? He has to flash. Yeah, Ganwyn's slowly not as tanky as he has been because we're just starting to scale up now. Something that I have noticed is that Jirachi is finally paying what you call the Skarner tax, has to build the QSS now, which should hopefully help them, you know, protect themselves from Vitalis if the rest of his team, their team is not able to.
Yeah, it might just be.
Sorry.
It might just be a little too late at this point. I mean, we're looking at a 1-6 Elise and a 1-7 Jinx here, with that Skarner just at will, hopping on in and ulting.
Yep, Ganwyn doing his best, but I mean, they just bounce the Garen away. Like I said, like maybe they can't kill him, but they can just turn and start to ignore him.
Heading towards the Elder Dragon here.
Yep, yeah, the Elder with 2 Infernals is going to be huge. The true damage is going to be absolutely disgusting. I'm just imagining. Oh wait, Allergic finding Flesh in the back. Flesh having a flash over the wall. At least going to get this done before he can take Lantern. By the time sprinting down to Theatrix. Ooh, Theatrix is actually saved. This actually continues to run down. Grabs the Garen mid-flight. What was that? Garen getting burned.
That's
down
a weird
half
interaction.
health. Oh yeah, that was wild. Yeah, Ganwyn running them down. Ganwyn needs to calm down just a little bit. His team is not there yet. The ultimate of Jirachi onto nobody really. Theatrix now caught kind of in the middle here. It's coming here a little bit caught up, but Theatrix is getting absolutely blown up. Super low. Allergic getting very low. Ganwyn is back there, needs to heal up before he can continue. Allergic getting so low. Jirachi going down to try to kill him. The hook misses.
Super Kami's going to come in and clean this.
As Jirachi is now here. Coming in the back line, will be able to TP back. Oh, does not have TP actually. Has to just lead to 1-for-1 in the end.
I'd like to see.
The torpedo, 1 auto. Jirachi. They do have the Cloud Drakes. They can catch up. Oh, and a kill finally. This is what they need.
Yeah.
Like the Garen is big, but he doesn't do a ton of damage.
Yeah.
He's so far behind. They need more damage to the Aurelion.
So bad timing on that engage. Like Super Kami just with no mana from clearing the wave, probably telling his team in comms, don't engage, don't engage, don't engage. They get a good engage off of just your main damage dealer has no mana. He can't come in and clean it up.
Vitata's all coming up soon, but Jirachi's starting to do some damage. They need to get out of here, though, very quickly. Simply just running down. Oh, he gets hooked by Slugga, but they don't want to go after this, do they? No, they do not. Yeah, taking the inhibitor turret. No inhibitor, unfortunately, for them, but they do get something. Oh, it's a huge jump in from a Logicino, who is now kind of caught. It goes up way too far past his team. It's ulted by Ganween. And now the pressure is in OTP's hands, who have not backed him. They do have a lot of gold on every champion. They are not as far ahead as they probably think they are, because no one's been able to buy. But can anyone actually stop this? This does have Smite and Flash, and it's a level above the after. They just burn down the dragon so quickly.
Yeah, and SVT just not playing into their win condition. Play around the Jace. Engage when the Jace can come in and do massive damage. They're just not playing around that right now. They're letting themselves get picked. They're looking for Vitatis to run in and pick up the 1v5 engage, and it's unfortunately it's just not happening for them right now. Let's see if they revamp their approach here.
Yeah, Super Kami Guru, Flash, Power.
There were some wolves there in the way, apparently. So,
Flash,
little
shock
questionable.
blasting.
Honorable mention on the top.
Yeah, I don't think anybody on OTP saw that, so no roast in all chat, but
don't worry, Super Kami, we saw it, so enjoy the VODs.
yeah. OTP needs to realize that just because they have this Inferno doesn't mean they can go for any fight they want, because they still need some items, but I guess they will go anyway. Oh, Lurch Smoke's starting to just get caught out now. The Garen is starting to do a lot of damage to the Alistar.
That's three. I think
that
that's
is a big shock blast from Jirachi, onto Jirachi. It's called shock blast, right?
Plus they have Elder, so everything is just enhanced by that much.
So Jirachi can just safely auto the Baron from the back pit. I think that this
they opt out of recalling, but they're just gonna get the Baron anyway. Ooh, Jace does so much damage, but it's just not enough. Ganween really deep there. Ganween getting ulted on so many ults. Oh, they finally get him. Yeah, it only took every ult to kill him.
Legitimately. Skarner's still with his ult, but yeah, that took quite a lot to take down the Garen there.
Starting to get outscaled. They are building more armor on the Thresh and Garen. It's getting tougher for Jace to really be useful.
Jirachi with
also
with the Mercurial Sim finish there. So the Skarner ult becomes slightly less viable.
Yeah, I mean the damage now, kind of like the issue that OTP had with Flash being their only damage to Jirachi needing to scale up. Now the other, on the flip side, Super Kami Guru cannot be the only damage on SVT. The Torpedo is slowly scaling up, almost done with his death cap, but needs to pull ahead a little bit more to really have the impact that they want. Because he said, like we were saying, this cannot be a one carry team comp.
No, and especially you're looking at Jace into, like you said, Garen, Thresh. The armor items are coming through, and eventually, even with the best engage, you're gonna get locked down by either a Garen Q, the silence, or Thresh hook flay. Something is gonna lock you down as Jace. So you gotta have your teammates follow up with some damage. and they just don't have it right now. I mean, you know, Skarner's doesn't build for damage. Neither does Malcolm or Alistar. So
Yep.
we're gonna need to see the Torpedo finish a couple of items here, and start hitting those combo skill shots to really put the heavy damage down.
Yeah, something that I am a little bit underwhelmed by is OTP's use of their Baron buff, which has only about a minute left, and they've gotten really nothing from it so far, other than that gold lead, which is at this point irrelevant. Whoa, Theatric's going way deep onto the Torpedo, gets almost absolutely blown up. I don't know what was going on there. The Ganwing TPing in, but the whole team is just kind of caught out here between Tankudis and the rest of SVT. Jirachi getting obliterated. Everyone trying to run past this turret. They have nowhere to go. Ganwing now in the middle of 4 opponents. Cannot get on this Lantern. He's gonna get killed. The Lantern actually going on the wrong side of the wall. I don't know what just happened there.
Theatrics just wanted to make the play there. Went so deep, and one shot by the Jace.
Yeah, really wanting to get a cocoon on this Torpedo. It worked, but yeah, for
he
0.
He pops the ult to the skies, comes down, and boom, Elise is gone. That's all it takes from a Jace with this much gold and much items. Holy cow!
This DC was so strong, Elise could not even get her her Zonias out. And now the inhibitor will be traded the other way around as SVT takes the other mid lane inhibitor with another Elder Drake coming up, second Elder, which is much more stronger, much more powerful than the first.
Yeah.
Which might just be free here for SVT, or at least they'll get total vision control of this bot side jungle.
Yeah, I think if you're OTP, you have to contest this if you can. You do have a gigantic wave bot pushing.
Caught, though, and pulled away by Vitautas.
So you figure that's going to be a free Elder going over to the side of SVT. Unless Ganween can run in and do something about this.
Yeah, OTP actually gets the bot lane inhibitor because of the wave. But yeah, this front line is super thick. There's no way they're getting into this Baron pit. Oh, as Tankly just goes really deep. They actually killed the Alistar. Actually, Jirachi started to add damage in the backline. The Torpedo is super caught out, getting killed by Jirachi. Double kill onto Jirachi. Super Kamiguru doing so much damage, it's just not enough.
Super Kamiguru flashes away from a team running from the Garen when he could have just walked back into the pit to his team.
Yeah, will
Ruins
they go
the
for the
entire fight.
now? Yeah, they're gonna go for the dragon now, as there's a huge wave crashing bot lane that Vitautas and Super Kamiguru are gonna try to stop. Yeah, they know they can't make it to this dragon. Neither of them have flash or smite. Yeah, this is second Infernal, 3 stacked with one of them being Infernal. Sorry, second Elder. And a Baron in 20 seconds.
Once again, the Garen just playing the role of zoning. Gets the heavy damage dealer on SVT to flash away from his team and the objective. Essentially taking himself completely out of the fight, and that leaves the rest of the team to come in. Jirachi, Flesh, Theatrics, they all come in, they clean up the rest of SVT.
Yep. Oh, Super Kamiguru kind of caught here now. Will this be the end? Almost obliterates Jirachi, but it's not enough. Jirachi gets away. He is dead. Oh no, he's not a huge knockup from Allergic to Milk, but he does get killed by Ganween. Now finally, Theatrics gets killed. Jirachi in the backline, able to stay alive. Oh, a huge QSS is able to get out. This just might be game. There's only wave through from the Torpedo left. Baron might be taken instead. Baron will be taken. Ganween's just kind of
Ganween's just gonna run up and keep the tower.
Yeah. Oh, he is okay. He is doing damage to Vitautas though. What a back and forth here that we're seeing.
Well, I think we're seeing that OTP is pretty much going to take this one. We talked about.
I wouldn't assume with this
Uh,
point. We've seen them get a little bit too aggressive. But they are in position to win. They're in position to win.
Ganween flashes, cues the turret
Oh my
to get the turret. No need to flash. No one around it. He flashes for style points, I guess.
Oh wow,
No.
that demolish, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, so we talked about what did OTP need to win, and there it is. They do exactly. We might want to check to make sure they're not listening to the cast, because they did exactly what we said. They got the itemization. They let the champs scale, and here they are.
Yeah, they're gonna get the top inhibitor, maybe the mid one too, or they do have a wave in the top lane already. They're gonna come with.
And bot and mid inhibitors are open for the taking when they have an opportunity.
Theatrics coming in mid lane.
Right now, what can Theatrics do? He can ult the Garen, which is not what you want to do. It's one of these situations where you only hurt your team by pulling the Garen even closer to them.
Again, we just ignoring them and going for the inhibitor. Absolutely disgusting. A big ult from Flesh. A nice crit from Jirachi blows them up. This should be it. A ult from Ganween. The wave coming in. Everyone's dead. This will be the game. Despite Super Kamiga's best efforts, this will be a 2-0 for the one-trick ponies.
"52-minute game, just one of those times where no matter how far ahead you are, you gotta finish the game. You need to finish while you have that opportunity. You're going up against champions that are gonna scale. The Garen, eventually, absolutely unkillable. The Jinx is gonna get the itemization, is gonna blow your whole team up. And unfortunately for SVT, they just couldn't close out the game in the window that they had.
Yeah, I mean, they tried. They just got outscaled. They did their best, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
So take a look at the damage charts here. The damage on the Garen. Come on. Well,
so the thing is, I want to give Garen was pretty wild, but
correct.
I think I do think that the unsung hero of OTP was definitely Flesh, with only one death, consistently pumping out damage.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I might just give the MVP to Jirachi just for being untiltable.
I'm gonna agree with you, because we're gonna talk about a champion who went from 1-7 to 8-8. And in my eyes, that's crazy. To go from 1-7 to 8-8. Yes, the itemization definitely, but at some point in time, like you said, being untiltable, knowing that, if your team believes in you, if the team has faith, if the game can go a certain length, you're going to get those items, you're going to be relevant again. That's huge. And in those late fights, Jirachi was getting the kills, was doing the damage. Insane. Yes, the damage at the end of the game isn't massive, but I wonder how much of that came in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
All right, Greg, what are you thinking?
I honestly don't even know. I'd probably actually give it to Flesh, because I think a lot of those like kind of crunch time team fights, he was the one that was able to get the big ulti to knock everybody away and kind of keep everyone sustained. I don't know. Other than that, I think they kind of just played together as a team towards the end, and they knew if they could just scale to late game, they would, eventually win the game, essentially. Or Ganween, but just because he was so takey.
Yeah, the Gan
also the
Weaker has
counterpicks, too.
come out today. I mean, based on the vote, it's edging towards Ganween. I think. Is it? Do we wait or do we call it? It's 5-2 to 1-1. So
We can call it. It's probably okay.
I call it.
all right, it's Ganween with the Ganweener having
The double Ganweener.
MVP.
All right, we want to move to the MVP channel.
Oh, and thank you, Olive Purple, for the subscription. You are awesome.
Ooh, thank
Oh
you
wait,
very
for
there
much.
you
12
go.
months. I think that means you get your 1 year now. Oh damn.
Ooh.
Hey.
There it is.
Yeah, let's move on down to we'll go to player of the game 2, and let's get Ganween in there for some commentator questions and some Twitch chat questions. So Ganween, wherever you are listening, let's have you come on up to the player of the game chat here. Or Greg can just move him, probably.
I will grab him.
Grab the Ganweener. It won't bite.
Hello.
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 What's up?
Not much, man. Congratulations on the double MVP tonight.
I gotta say, it feels good.
All right, good. Well, why don't you start us off here by kind of talking us through what the team comms were. Obviously, we know in game 1 you got that split push designation, but maybe tell us a little bit about game 2. What was the approach with the Garen pick there?
Well, first I want to say that like I wouldn't be anywhere in this league right now if it weren't for the coaching that really the entire team has been doing with me all season. And so I feel like I've just been improving a lot based on their coaching. And you know, really the game 2 didn't really like once I started getting ahead with Garen, especially when I could really kind of duel Maokai without any real worries about it. Then they basically the same strategy could have me splitting um, while they were looking towards other things to create that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question. While I do enjoy the man mode Garen with the Triforce, did you think it like near the end of the game? Did you start thinking, maybe a Black Cleaver might have been better against the team with 3 tanks on it?
No, because I didn't think of that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really the Triforce is just kind of what I go for. I find it's really good for tower killing, which, as you can probably tell, I love to do.
Yeah.
And it's it didn't really seem to stop me from doing any damage. So
Yeah, I was also going to ask, like, I did not expect that. Like, is Garen your go-to split pusher if Yorick is banned, or is that like a team choice?
I don't know for those of you who have seen my stats or like prior to the draft, I've primarily been a mid laner for a long time, but when I do go top, Garen has been my main for a long time. So I've been playing him for years.
Gotcha.
And so I'm really comfortable in Garen. So anytime that it's going to be like I might find a particularly hard lane. Otherwise, Garen is generally a safe choice for me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's been nice to this season. I've really developed a bunch of top laners that allow me to do different things and counter or deal with different things top lane, which has been nice. But if I ever want to just feel super comfortable, Garen is definitely the way to go.
Okay.
So should we anticipate some damage carry based top laners out of the Ganweener later? Seeing mostly
maybe,
split pushers.
Well, maybe so, maybe not. It really depends on what we want to do that week or how we're all feeling.
All right, great.
Who are you guys playing next week? You're playing LOT next week, who is currently 5-1. And they're playing DBP, the best team for many this week. What are your thoughts on that matchup? Their top laner is Akayut. I don't know if you've played against him much before. You have any thoughts?
I think I played against him last week. I know from either last year or the week before, I think we played against them, and I know that he was a really, if I'm remembering correctly, or it might have been in a scrim. I honestly don't even remember. I've slept since then. But
Oh, never mind. I made a mistake. You're playing LDD. You're playing me next week. I made a mistake.
Anyway, next
all right.
question.
All right, how do you feel about playing against me next week?
Someone
you know,
needs to
I was
check the
checking,
spreadsheet.
Rich. I was checking the spreadsheet. I misread
Yeah.
it. I thought they were. I forgot which team that I knew that one of the teams that I SVT was the other team today. I forgot which team I was interviewing.
I'm not familiar with your stats. It's not something I've looked into. But I will say that I'm going to be practicing. So,
Uh-oh.
either way, I'm still going to be working towards getting better. So,
All right, should be fun. All right.
Let's go to Twitch. We got some questions here. Let's start with Rafal. Are you okay?
I am okay. I'm very tired. I was working on student teaching paperwork today. It's awful.
Okay.
dude, I've been through
How
that.
big
Good
is
luck.
Gan Wiener's Gan Wiener? There's a gem. Someone said that the standard measurement between Earth and the Moon is one standard Gan Wiener. So that
seems
kind
to
of
be a
answers
little
the
bit of
question.
that seems to be a little bit shortchanging it a little bit, but see.
Yeah. So it's actually a little bit longer than the distance
Just a
from
little bit, like
Earth to the Moon.
a couple thousand miles, maybe.
Yeah. Give or take. I mean, that's that's
Right.
I do have one more question. Since Rich is not in the chat, what was kind of the game plan as game 2 started to kind of pan out? Because the targeting against the Jinx was just absolutely filthy. I mean, the Jirachi was just getting flashed on, ulted on by literally everybody. What was the kind of game plan to kind of help Jirachi get back into the game and get into a position where they could really start pumping out damage?
Rich was really tilt proof this game, and they we just kind of are like, okay, we're just gonna keep doing the same thing. We're gonna play safe. We're gonna create pressure. We're going to do it by the numbers, and it worked out.
Nice.
all right.
Question from Euromoose. Ganwin, what were your thoughts when you realized Jace was ADC and not top?
It's not my lane, so I was like, whatever.
You're cool with whatever matchup.
I'm really focused on who I'm playing against, and that's really for Rich and Grant to deal with. I guess I can deal with the late game, but it's not gonna help me in my lane. Yeah.
All right.
Any more chat questions? We got Ganwin, talk about your Nico.
I was playing a little bit of Nico when who was that from? Was that from Grant or Adam?
That was from Adam.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. My Nico sucks. Don't even talk about my Nico.
I tried to play Nico again, and I was not informed that there was a hotfix, and it was not a good game. And I was like, "Wait, why is Nico so weak?" And it's like, "Wait a minute, they got her damage down."
That's actually a big reason why. That's a big reason why my Nico sucks, because I was doing the same thing. I will say that on hit Nico against like a Garen or something like that, who can't do much back, do much to you, is pretty fun still.
Yeah, no, against melees, it's still disgusting. You just do less damage, but it's still fun.
You do plenty of damage.
Yeah. All right. I think that's more or less it for this evening. I hope you all had a good time watching this series, and we will see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then 10 p.m. Eastern Time for FAP versus LDD, and then KB versus y'all. Oh wait, Alistair Moody's saying, casters ignore me. What's it like playing against with the hot and cool Slaga?
Playing with Slaga is the literal best. He is so chill all the time. and you know, I feel a little bad because he, of course, deserves all MVPs at all times. And but not that bad.
Oh wait, now PTSM fans tilted. We missed his question too. I apologize. Maybe that was intentional, and I just want to finish the cast. I don't know. No comment. Gan, when you watched your jungle flash and end, what are your thoughts? That was a little odd.
Say that one more time.
When Theatrix flashed in past the mid inhib and just died.
I honestly didn't see it. I
When everything almost fell apart in the mid lane. I don't know if you remember that part, but
nope.
I think it was a 3 for 0 at the mid lane inhib, the enemy mid inhib, and it was a little bit of a questionable. I'm surprised you didn't throw lots of question marks down on it, but
you know,
Theatrix makes just as many phenomenal plays as he does questionable ones. So
it just goes to show you that I have a lot to grow on being aware of everything that's going on.
Fair enough.
All right, I think we are good for this evening. Thank you everyone for joining us. We hope to see you again tomorrow and in the future.